medical friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Federica and I'm a non-traditional medical student because I started when I was 26 years old. So I guess you're kind of confused because I actually told you that I'm a medical student, but in this video I am telling you the story about when I became a philosopher. So let's do a little bit of throwback. I am a non-traditional medical student because before medicine I took a bachelor degree in philosophy. So basically here in Italy, after high school we go to the university, and at university we choose kind of a path or a subject which is university, so that's it, and you can't change it. And I decided to take philosophy because I was really interested, and I'm still interested in all those topics about the mind, about our thoughts, our feelings, and also the history of philosophy, which is basically the history of human beings. And I think that studying how to think, how we can think, how our thoughts have changed in times, it's really fascinating. And that's why I decided to do philosophy. But after that, I worked for 2 years both in network marketing industry and also as a medical as a medical office secretary, and that's where I decided I wanted to become a doctor. But if you want to know more about my story and my path that led me to medical school, I link you the video down below, or maybe here somewhere, where I tell you about my story. But today I want to tell you about the day I became a philosopher. Well, so we are in November 2020, and in November 2018 I became a philosopher. Oh, well, actually I took my degree in philosophy, and this is my thesis. So here in Italy, philosophy is divided in a bachelor degree and a master degree. So we have 3 years of bachelor degree and 2 years of master degree. I took only the 3 years of bachelor degree, and it was really amazing. I took it in Pisa, so University of Pisa, which I think is pretty famous. Maybe just the city because of the history of the city, maybe the Tower of Pisa, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and also because it's really famous. And old university, actually the university is from, oh my god, this is my we call it libretto. So it's basically a little notebook in which we have all our like name, surname, our number, student number, and stuff like that. And also we have all our exams with our marks and etc. But nowadays, even in my new university, we don't have it anymore, so everything is online. But I think this is so fascinating. And in here we have the logo of our university, and this was my logo. I think you can see it better here because this is University of Pisa, and we have it since oh my god, 1343. So it basically have 700 years and more. Oh my gosh! So it is basically one of the first university. Well, actually the first one, I think it was in Bologna, but it's maybe in the 1200 more or less. But in Pisa, it's one of the most famous university, especially because they also have the Scuola Normale Superiore and the Sant'Anna, which are really good schools, university. But today I just want to tell you about my story at the normal University of Pisa. Well, actually at the university everyone can go to, which is University of Pisa. And I want to tell you about my journey that brought me to write all of this content that are present in my thesis. So basically I've always studied 2 different kind of subjects at philosophy, because I kind of halved my path in both humanistic and scientific subject because I took logic, I took mathematics, I took language philosophy, which is basically all of this stuff is at the basis of how computers work. And I think this is so fascinating. And if you've never seen Turing, which is a film, I don't remember precisely the name, but it is about Turing and about logic and how it was used during the Second World War. Watch it, it's incredible. I of course link it down below, but maybe it's more or less that thing. And also of course history of science and also scientific method and stuff like that. And of course I also did like normal humanistic subjects like moral philosophy. Well, let's actually see what I did. Like we have it down here. So I did logics, I did ancient philosophy, I did moral philosophy, history of modern philosophy, another one about history of modern philosophy, and in a few minutes you will understand why I have multiple lessons of just one subject. And of course I have aesthetic, because we have ethic and aesthetic. So I did aesthetic, and it's not about makeup and stuff like that, of course. It can be, but it is not. Theoretic philosophy. I also do other stuff like also psychology, modern history, and as you can see I have lots of things about modern history, and basically there's a little bit of misunderstanding about modern and contemporary history. And I don't know if you've ever heard about Il Secolo Breve, and I'm sorry if I'm telling you all the titles in Italian, but I read it in Italian and not in English, but I of course link it down below, everything I said in Italian, just translated in English. But I'm putting this out because of the misunderstanding about how to refer as eras of history, because in my case we refer to modern history from like the discovery of America to maybe 1848, and some arrive also to the First World War, so 1914, but we are in that phase of history, and that's where I specialized. But I specialize almost in the first part of that period, so the discovery of America, and that's what my thesis is about. So the title of my thesis, I'm going to read it in Italian, but don't worry, after that I will repeat in English, is TZVETAN Todorov e il problema dell'altro, storie esemplari del passato come chiave di lettura del presente e guida per il futuro. I don't know, I think you like a little bit of Italian because my English accent is a little bit Italianized, so I guess sometimes a little bit of Italian words are okay because Italian is cool. So I will now translate it in English, and I basically we are going to see this together. And so TZVETAN Todorov and the Problem of the Others, Exemplary History of the Past as the key to read the present and a guide for the future. It is TZVETAN Todorov. I don't know if you know him. Unfortunately, he died 2 years ago. Actually, when I was asking my professor to do the thesis, he died. Oh my god, this is so creepy. But after that, he is a really, really good writer, and also I would say also a philosopher. And of course, it's super like of nowadays, because he died 2 or 3 years ago, I guess in February 2017, and he wrote a lot about the discovery of America in terms of who are the others, because let's just imagine, of course I talked about the biggest genocide of the history, which is where Native Americans were completely killed. I'm sorry for my words, because maybe are not the best word to describe the situation, but that's what happened. So and TZVETAN Todorov referred to the particular concept of the other. So who are the others? Am I the other? Because let's just imagine I am Cristoforo Colombo, so Columbus, and I'm arriving to what I think it is India, but it is actually America. I arrived there, and I suppose, since I am Columbus, that the people who are living there are the others. So someone I don't know, someone I can't recognize, someone I don't feel like myself. But of course, these people living there are just thinking like, who the hell is this one with these 3 ships? Is another one. So it is actually other in respect from their point of view. So this is more or less the thoughts and all about and all of what Tzvetan Todorov wrote about. Of course, not only about that, but other stuff. But I particularly focused on 3 of his books, which are, we are going to see specifically the title of the books, and so it is The Conquer of America and the Problem of the Other. I don't know if the translation it is correct, but as I said before, you will find everything down below. And the other one is Lo spirito dell'illuminismo, and the other one, which is really good book, it's La paura dei barbari, which is a really good book. It is La paura dei barbari oltre lo scontro delle civiltà. And I find this amazing because I really enjoyed starting to write this thesis, because I found things that we can connect to kind of medieval period to nowadays, because I basically started from, like, of course, Columbus, and the first thing I talked about is how we can see the others, so something foreign from us, as an object of our discussion. So I'm a subject and I talk about him as an object, not a subject. So I don't comprehend his feelings, his life, culture, everything social, nothing. It is an object, like a stone. Then after that, how we can comprehend the other as a subject, so with all his feelings, his thoughts, language, culture, religion. Okay, so it was the postman. And okay, the third thing I talked about is thoughts about the others, always in that period. But in the end of my thesis, oh my god, I did just one floor of stairs and I can't breathe. Oh my god. And basically I also exercise as a ballerina, but maybe I have to do more because I can't really breathe. So in the end of my thesis, I also talk about like 17th century, like all what happened in France and also England about Illuminism. So I am really sorry for my Italian popping up when not requested, but I said Illuminism because we refer to the era of reason as Illuminismo, which concept has Kantian origin from words to illuminate and to clear up. But in English, of course, it is Enlightenment. It is a strong theme, but I also talked about the Twin Towers of New York. And I know it is strange, but somehow I found a lot of connection between how I spoke about the others and the perception of others, and how this was held during that situation. And so to say all those things, I read a book which is really interesting, and it is a really massive book, so maybe you should be really interested in that. But this is the history of our culture, and if you're American, I guess you know it, because it also talks about all the stuff correlated to just the fall of the Twin Towers. And the book is Lo scontro delle civiltà e il nuovo ordine mondiale, il futuro geopolitico del pianeta. So it is written by Huntington. And oh my god, it is amazing, and of course I will link it down below. And I don't know if you're interested, but I can make a little bit of summary about my thesis, so I can put it down below for all non-Italian speaker. speaker. So you can read a little bit of my thesis, because I will be really happy to share my work with you. And of course, today it was just a little bit of sneak peek of what I did to become a philosopher, because actually you don't become a philosopher just because you took a bachelor degree in philosophy, but it was a really cute title, and so that's why I put it on. So I hope you liked this video. Please give me a thumb up, because it will be really good and helpful for me, and also because I love you all and sharing the love is really good. So please subscribe to my channel, and I don't know if you follow me, but you should check my YouTube, which is Not Another Doctor. And so I hope to see you next time when we will be talking about studying in Italy. So I hope this video was really happy and good for you, and also interesting. So basically we will see you next time. So bye!